so I'm back with a new video, and I'm sorry there wasn't a video last week, but I filmed it and I told you on Twitter. I even asked you which theme you wanted for last week's video, and I filmed it. It was going to be a Halloween haul, but as soon as I seen the footage, I noticed that it was too dark and I wasn't really happy with it, and I was going to film it this week, but this week have just been like crazy for me. I had a bunch of group works at uni to do, and my head that I wasn't really in a good place, so I just couldn't film. And yeah, today I'm filming, and I asked you again on Twitter, and as you might notice, if you want to know more about what I'm up to and you wanna like tell me which videos you want to see, you should follow me on Twitter, because that's where I post the most, where I talk to you the most, and where I update what is going on in my life. So yeah, I asked you again on Twitter like a few hours ago if you still wanted the Halloween haul or if you wanted something else, and you said you wanted something else, so I decided to do the video that I was going to do this week, which is a kind of special video for Halloween, and it's not a Halloween haul, and it's my top 5 best villains from series. And I'm going to start doing more of these in the future because I love series and I basically live for my series, and I feel like I don't talk about them as much as I wanted in this channel, in my channel, and I'm still like a lot into makeup, but I'm really into TV shows and music and all, and I want to make more videos about that because that's something that I'm really passionate about. So this is my first video, kind of first. I did like a top 10 TV ships, favorite ships a while ago, but I'm getting into these TV shows related videos, and this first one is my top 5 best villains, and I love the villains in the series, and I had to do because it's Halloween, and Halloween is basically villains and bad people, so this is my top 5 best villains from series. So let's get into it because this introduction is too long already. So it was extremely hard to do this because I love a lot of bad guys, but I got the top 5. And my first one is Lucian from the originals, and it was only on season 2, and I probably like him a lot because of the actor who plays him, which is Andrew Lees, and is extremely kind, and he always answers me on Twitter and DMs me and everything, and that's one of the reasons why I loved his character the most. But I don't know, it was an interesting villain because, you know, the originals has a lot of villains, and basically everyone there is good and bad at the same time, and he was like that as well, but his ultimate goal was like bad for the main characters, so he was a villain. But I don't really know how to explain this. I just liked him. I don't know, I feel like everyone was against him because he was against Klaus at the end of the season, and I don't know, I was sad that, spoiler alert, that he died, so yeah. My fourth favorite villain, he's a girl and she's the only girl in my top 5, and I had to have her because she's one of the best villains like probably ever, but in this TV show she's one of the best. And I'm talking about Katherine Pierce from Vampire Diaries, and she has been one of the favorites villains throughout the entire show. And again, this video is going to have a lot of spoilers, so yeah. When she died at season 5, a lot of people were sad because she was like huge, and I was as well, but I feel like we needed new villains because her storyline was kind of ending. She had to die basically, so yeah. But she was a fantastic villain. She wasn't like really bad, but she had to do bad stuff because yeah, I don't know how to explain why these people are bad, but yeah, she had like a really good sense of humor, a sense of style. I loved her style, and she was just queen basically. So that's why she's the only female villain in my top 5. My third person is Zoom from The Flash. Like, Flash is just on season 3, but Zoom was by far the best villain. I didn't really like Reverse Flash in the first season, but Zoom in the second season was so good. Like, it was like really bad, and basically there wasn't no one that could make him good. And that's what I like about villains, that when they don't really turn good for someone else. He just was a tiny bit good for Caitlyn, just a little bit, but at the end of the day he was just bad, and he did a lot of bad things and he just didn't care. And for most of these characters I don't have a really good explanation why I love them, but I just do. Anyway, in second place, it's one recent villain in my life, and it's Crowley from Supernatural. Yeah, he's a villain, but he's one of those villains that I don't know. He is one of those villains that are in the good side when it is good for him, like when he needs help or something. But I like him the most because of his sense of humor. He's just like funny without trying to be funny. I just love his sarcasm, and he's like at the same time classy, but like again without trying. So I just like him because of his personality, like not because he's like extremely bad. That's my first one, but I like him because of the way he is. So not because of the bad thing he does, but because of his personality. So yeah, he's not like a huge bad guy, but he can do bad stuff, like really bad stuff. But my first one is the baddest of all, like the meanest, and I just love him. And if you know me that well, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about my baby Kai Parker from Vampire Diaries season 6. Like, you know, I love Chris Hood, but I fell in love with Kai before I fell in love with Chris Hood. So Kai is what I love about Kai. One of the things I love about Kai, because I love everything about him, but he's not like, he isn't bad because of something that happened to him. Like with all of these bad guys that I mentioned before, they turned bad because of something that happened to them in the past. But Kai is just bad. Oh, okay, is something happened to him, but he was just like this before anything happened. So he's just a sociopath, and he just don't do bad things because he needs to. He does bad things because he likes to. Uh, Most of the time he also needs to do them, but he enjoys being bad. And again, I love his sarcasm, his sense of humor. Like, his sense of humor is even more like dark than Crowley's, and I just love that about him. And although it was almost turning good for Bonnie, and that's why most people were shipping Bonkai, and including me. It didn't turn good. Like, in the end of the season, it turned like really bad, and I just think it was going to be like amazing to see him as a vampire and a warlock. Like a heretic. Kai heretic would be huge. It would be so bad, and I'm sad that we just got to see that in the season 6 finale. But who knows, maybe in the season 8 he returns. I know the way he died, basically you can't really come back, but with Vampire Diaries you never know. So this last season is a lot about villains, so maybe they bring in Kai back, because Julie Black mentioned they are going to bring some of our favorite villains. So maybe Katherine and Kai can come back, who knows. So I hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!